convener, Patriot for Truth and Stability in Nigeria, Olukayode Salako. It's nice to have you join us right now. And let me say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
The New Year is just 1 week old, so we can still say Happy New Year.
Yeah.
All right. Now, a lot of Nigerians, some people were happy to say, okay, whatever it's going to, whatever outfit is going to be put in place to ensure there is security, why not? Whatever measures put in place to ensure, to entrench that community policing, why not? But a lot of people are concerned with an outfit that a lot of people feel doesn't have the required training to be an outfit in that regard. Talk to us about this security outfit, Operation Amotekun.
Amotekun has to do with the, the wild nature of the leopard. Leopard is a wild animal. So this outfit is more or less coming out in a wide form to tackle the current state of insecurity in the southwest that has invaded the southwest region. Let me first of all say that I am with the southwest governors on this initiative, and I feel it is even coming late. It ought to have been on ground before now. You know why? A lot of us who are Yoruba sons and daughters living in the southwest here are now afraid to travel to our villages because we now feel that the route that will take us, the route of the journey that will take us to our villages are no longer safe. I am particularly in fear of that. Now, if you invite me to any occasion and it is outside Lagos, I think twice before I assure you that I would attend. Our routes are no longer safe. Some of those tendencies that have made the northern part of Nigeria not to be safe anymore, to be scary, have now migrated to the southwest. And that is worrisome. That is unacceptable. And so, I think that is why the governors of the southwest, Yoruba land, are rising to the occasion. So for people to be talking about whether they are trained or they are not trained, the Yorubas have always been security conscious people. We Yorubas know how to fight our battles. Culturally, historically, we know how to handle things like that. From the days of our forefathers, we've been known to be people who can always come out warriorly to face any insecurity, aggression against our survivor. So the southwest governors would have been at it. They would have been working to make sure that the personnel that are going to be used for this operation would have been properly briefed about what they are going to be doing and how they are going to do it. And don't forget that the Yorubas are mentally there. We don't just do things anyhow. So, talking about training, I want to assure you that the Southwest governors must have done their own work properly about the capability or the capabilities of the personnel they want to use for this operation.
Now they will be working.
I have no doubt about that.
Now they will be working with other security agencies.
In synergy.
Yes, and some have wondered what the modus operandi would be like, such that there wouldn't be any clash of interest. How is that going to work? Seeing also that state governors do not have control over security agencies like the police and the army. The control is from the center. So they were wondering, is this going to be what it should be? Would it achieve its purpose?
Well, we should also know that the state governors are the chief security officers, authorities of their individual states. So, the responsibility to secure their state constitutionally rests on their tables, on their shoulders.
Absolutely.
So, where people are worried about is this operation that is going to be launched on Thursday. Does it have constitutional backing? If it is not constitutionally backed up, definitely it might have issues working in synergy with the police, the army, and all of that, because they are constitutionally established.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is this: for a long time, we've seen even the police working with the OPC, working with other cultural security organizations, and they've worked well. There have not been clashes. Before this time, we've seen the government, the governors of the state, building their own grassroots security systems to work in synergy with the police. And they've been designing it, they've been doing it, like that. I also hope, and I feel, that the governors of the Southwest must have consulted with the national security system. They must have been in talks with Mr. President. They wouldn't just wake up in the morning and say, hey, we want to launch Operation Amatekun.
Yeah. In fact, it was...
To work with the police. There must have been consultations. Yeah. There must have been a way out of it. So I'm sure they know what they are doing. Yeah. And I'm very, very sure that Operation Amatekun would indeed work in synergy with the National Security Authority.
We after the security summit they had, there was an application to the National Security Advisor and approval was given. So when it comes to the presidency being in the know of all of these, they've given the approval. That's why this is able to take off right now.
There's no approval, they won't do it.
Yeah, but the point there is, another issue there is the concern that, because this could be experimental in nature, one other concern Nigerians are having, especially those in the Southwest, is that this new Operation Amatekun, if it's going to be abused by the governors of the Southwest, because now they have the powers, since they are the ones who have recruited the outfit, the ability to use the outfit to their own advantage, if at all they so wish, within any state. That's one of the concerns.
Yes, what I would have preferred is that the state governors should come out to assure the people of the Southwest, Nigerians are living in the Southwest, to assure them that that would not be the case. That's number one. Yes, it is possible for political reasons. Some of these governors could now decide to be using Operation Amatekun as political tools to hound or to ounce their opponent. There is no doubt about that. We are all humans. Human beings will always be human beings. But the fact of the matter is this: the purpose for which Operation Amatekun is being introduced is to police the territorial space of the Southwest region in Nigeria, to make sure that these maraudas, these bandits that have invaded our territory, do not continue to have a free day. So Operation Amatekun shouldn't be a political tool. They have their own line of responsibility.
I'd like for you to react to the statement by the Pan-Yoruba Socio-Cultural Organization, Afenifere, that says that Southwest governors have not displayed genuine interest in securing the geopolitical zone despite perceived support for the creation of this operation.
Well, I don't know why they are saying that, but all I know is that there is no other way the Southwest governors could display their genuine interest, willingness to police, to secure the region, than what they have come out with. Don't forget that no governor has that constitutional power to create his own state police. There is no constitutional provision for the creation of state police. But what some of the governors have been doing is to create complementary security outfits. For example, we have the neighborhood corps in Lagos. Yeah. We also have one in Kano too. I think they have in Sokoto. So a lot of states have been creating complementary local security outfit to work complementarily with the police, since they don't have the constitutional power to come out on their own to arrest and prosecute. For example, the neighborhood court in Lagos has been operating like the state police. The only difference is that they don't have the constitutional power to arrest and charge, convicts.
Or carry arms.
Or carry arms. They can't carry arms, but they have the power to assist the police.
To keep an eye.
To keep an eye,
Yeah,
to
okay.
assist the police supportively
Okay.
to carry out arrests and all of that. So, what the Southwest governors have come out with, I think is the best they can do in the regard. Since they don't have the power to create their own state police. And if anything happens in their state, the people of their state won't shout President Muhammadu Buhari's name, except their names, because they are the chief security officers. So I think they must have, the six of them must have come together to say, okay, what can we do to secure the region? Because whether we like it or not, the Southwest region, our territorial space is no longer safe right now.
Okay.
And these governors must just have to come out to do something about it. And I think this is commendable to an extent.
But they are of the opinion that what would find a lasting solution is a push for regional autonomy.
And now that the regional autonomy hasn't come, so should the governors sit and keep watching for the sons and Yoruba daughters or other Nigerians that are living in Yoruba land to continue to be slaughtered every day like suya by these foreign invaders? Some of these invaders are deadly. They are not people the governors should sit down and be watching to continue to operate. I was listening to the story of one of their victims a few days ago. He said he was arrested. He was coming from his village. And along the way, their vehicle was stopped. They invaded their vehicle, stopped them, and took them to the bush. And they had to take nylon. They put nylon inside the fire, and they I don't know what I'm going to call it.
We're melting it.
They were melting it on their skins to ask for money. They will ask you, can you give us 10 million? Before you say yes or no, they will start melting it on your body. So the guy came out of it with battered, burnt skin and all that. So you can imagine that type of situation. Should the governors now sit down and continue to watch? Now that we can't have regional autonomy, this regional autonomy thing has been a raging debate. Even before I was born. It has not been achieved. Constitutional amendment has not been achieved. To amend the constitution to give room for that has been difficult.
Well,
so since that has been difficult, what should the governors do? The best they can do is what they have come out with. My own point is how this will operate to complement that of the effort of the other security agencies.
All right,
to be effective, to work.
Yes, the point there is the operation of this, certainly a lot of commendation have come in, but it is one thing for the governors to sit with each other and draft out a mechanism to ensure that they secure the lives and property of people within their region.
Exactly.
It's another thing to carry people of the region along to make them understand, in order to own and accept and work with these people. How aware are ordinary people in the Southwest of this outfit, and how ready are the people to work with them?
Well, the people should be ready to work with them because for now, that is the kind of last resort measures by the state governors, the Southwest governors. The people are already aware, and once this operation comes to force, once they start operating, I'm sure there are radio stations, there are television stations.
But wouldn't it have been better off? But wouldn't it have been better off to start with orienting the people what this is? Because the point there is, and even the military cannot succeed 100% without getting scoops of information from the people, including the police, including this outfit right now.
I want to assure you that we Yorubas don't do things anyhow. We have a way of doing our things. And we are always very careful before we come out with anything. Some of these things you are expressing, the fears you are expressing must have been, put into consideration before this operation will be launched on Thursday. The people will be carried along, the people will be aware, and I'm sure the people who want to continue to be safe in their localities will be willing to work with these security outfits to make sure it succeeds. My own fear is the nature and the operational guideline. The operational guideline of the outfit, how it's going to look like, how it's going to be. Then the nature of the people, the personnel, the people that will drive this operation. What type of nature are they going to have? Are they going to have the nature of the kind of security people we have that will be stopping people on their journeys? And be asking for money.
Okay.
Asking them for money, putting them to ransom, frustrating their lives. If they won't have that type of nature, that they will not turn out to not be a nightmare or to not be harassing people, frustrating the lives of people. If they won't have that nature, I should see this operation definitely becoming successful.
Now, there have been concerns raised on the kind or the kind of persons that will be a part of this operation, because like we discussed sometime during the program, someone said that during the OPC, later on we saw that there were factions and things began to happen within the group. The concern now is the kind of persons that would not later want to have what happened in OPC repeating itself again. What do you foresee or what do you expect?
This outfit is about the government. It is not about a certain individual who wants to come out to run his own security.
But it's meant for the people as well.
Cultural outfit like OPC. This is not about that. This is about the government doing something necessary as a child of necessity to create security for a region. I mean, the southwest people of Nigeria. We feel it is necessary for the region to be secured, and we have been calling on the governor to do something before now about it. And I feel what they have done has got nothing to do with what has been happening in OPC or maybe Agbekoya or any of these social-cultural security outfits. It's not going to be like that. It is going to be run by the government, generally overseen by the government, coordinated, monitored. It's a government project. And it is not going to be left in the hands of certain or overzealous individuals.
But it is people that are going to be handling this government project.
Is that what?
It is people that will be handling this government project.
Yes. Well, definitely it is not angels or aliens that will come and handle it. It is the government. But there will be operational guidelines. There will be principles that will be guiding it. There will be do's and don'ts.
What do you expect to be a part of this operational guideline?
What I expect is that the operational guidelines should be well spelled out to create discipline, cohesiveness, synergy. And don't forget, as I understand it, this outfit is not going to be run by the Amatekun people alone. It is going to be run under a component, policing component. It is still Nigerian police force that will head it. That is why it is said the general commandant is going to be a commissioner of police. So these people are going to be recruited to work complementarily with the Nigerian policemen that are going to be drafted to run this operation with them.
All right. Now,
so that is it.
Okay. As it is right now, the Amotekun outfit
Yes.
will have
That
hunters.
is the whiteness of the tiger.
Yes. Okay. We'll have hunters and members of the OPC involved.
The Agbekoyas.
Yeah, and all of that. With this now, will the OPC as it stands dissolve or cease to exist as an organization? Because
Well,
if they are all melting into the Amotekun, the wildness or the wildness of
Or
the
the
tiger,
tiger.
then I guess the tiger takes over
The
everything.
only person who can answer that question is Gani Adams.
Okay. The Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò.
Who is the leader of the
OPC.
OPC for now. Okay. But what I feel is that Amotekun does not mean all members of OPC must not come to be members of Amotekun operations. There are different types of socio-cultural security groups. The hunters are going to be recruited. It doesn't mean all hunters in Yoruba land will automatically be members. No. They are going to face recruitment exercise. It is only those of them that are interested. But the authority in OPC will be drafted in maybe to supply a certain number of credible boys, interested boys. It's not going to be a by force thing or automatic thing. That maybe once you are a hunter, you would automatically be a member, or once you are an OPC member, you will automatically be a member. No. A notice, an advert is going to be put out. There will be consultations with all these various socio-cultural security groups, maybe to encourage their members to apply to be members of Amotekun. Or each of these security groups, cultural groups, would have to supply a certain number of their men to join the Amotekun force. But I don't think, in my own, the way I understand it, I don't think it is going to be like once you are an OPC member,
be a part
you
of
will
it.
automatically be a member. Once you are a hunter, you automatically be. No, there will be a recruitment exercise. But I think the take-home here is that, because I understand this will be my last statement on this topic. The take-home here is one: is Amotekun necessary now? Yes.
Okay.
It is a child of necessity to secure Yoruba land. That's number one. Two, is what the governors are coming out with good for the region? Yes, it is good. The region needs it. Because people of the region must not feel safe. We no longer feel safe. To travel to our villages now has become a subject of fear. So it is necessary. And how will this operation, Amotekun, operate? How will it operate? It is in the hands of the six states who have come out with it. Yorubas don't do things anyhow. We are always very careful people. We are mentally endowed people. We are always very careful. I am sure the governors know what they want to introduce, and they know how to run it, and the ethics, the code of conduct of the people that are going to run it. My fear is this. I always say this, that Nigeria does not have any problem at all. Nigerians are the problems of Nigeria. Our nature, who we are, is the problem. The nature of the people that will start wearing this Amotekun uniform is my fear now. The Nigerian police system does not have any problem.
All right.
The problem the Nigerian police system has is the nature of the policeman that is wearing that uniform. Yeah. Once you put the uniform inside a Nigerian inside the uniform, then it automatically changes their nature. Then they want to start using it to be harassing people, to be tormenting people, and to be frustrating the traditional objective, aim
of the Amotekun
operation.
Right. We hope that doesn't happen.
That is my fear. Right. The nature of the people that will wear the uniform and run the operation. Okay. I hope the governors will be able to tackle that.
All right. Thank you very much.
It is important.
All right.
Very important.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Olukayode Salako, for coming.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.